Apparently I'm recording. Right. So, here's the thing. My plans are changing yet again for the year. I say yet again, they were just sort of tweaked before, but now they are changing. A few things have been happening, positive things, that have made me sort of rethink the order in which I want to do things and the projects I want to prioritise. So, if you can remember, I had my sort of yearly plan mapped out roughly with the main writing projects that I wanted to complete. So now I'm going to go ahead and change those up and see when and where things can get published when I change up the plan. So let's go change up the plan. So let's just talk about what I'm actually changing up for the year. So I'm not going to go into the why I've changed things. That's a whole nother video and it's quite exciting. But I have decided to focus on my YA high fantasy. Now, I know what you're about to say, or what you might be thinking. Oh, but Rianne, you promised us this special edition and all this, that and the other. And yes, I did. I thought that was something I should do to keep people interested, but I looked into it. So, oh, sorry, my chair. But, you know, I looked into it, and first, a hardback would just cost too much money. And, you know, I'm not disillusioned. No one's going to be spending that sort of money on a hardback for somebody like me. And then I looked at the paperback and that was a bit better. But again, I was like, well, if people are shelling out more money, then they obviously want to get something extra and new. So I was working on that novella. So I'm actually having difficulties with that. I really want to write Wyatt and Imogen's story. I'm just struggling. So I started with an idea that it would be a 3-book series, Wyatt and Imogen's story. And I had written about 30,000 words for that. So it's a fair bit. And then I decided to change it into a novella. So it would be shorter, just the one book. I could still get their story essence out. And that was going to go with the special edition with all the books put together. And then I had about 10k of that, of which some of which I did pull over, and I was starting to write that. And then I realised that I didn't really have a plan, and what I was writing didn't make sense, like the character motives and all of that. So I was then working on replanning properly the novella. I've been using this for the first time, trying to get to grips with that. I met up with another author friend and she was helping me with things like the characters and where in the story things come and all of that. And it was great, and I had such a good idea for the novella. I was really happy, really excited. I'm just struggling to finish planning it. And then obviously this thing happened and I was like, yeah, no, I need to get on with the Queen's Guard series. This needs to be my focus. So all is not lost. So I've done a lot of the bonus work, the sort of small things for this special edition that I was going to do. So I thought, why not put those into my newsletter and they not be wasted? And then also I've got like a few chapters in Wyatt's perspective about like his background and where he came from and his life with Marcus. And like people really love Wyatt, so do I. So I was thinking I might release that to my newsletter subscribers as well. In fact, a good friend of mine, Abby Fox, check her out on Instagram. She has rewritten the first part of her third story, and even she was talking about sending what she'd already written to her newsletter subscribers as like bonus material, like, you know, when you get like outtakes in a TV show, but like deleted scenes, that's what I'm going at, like a deleted scene. And I thought that's a brilliant idea, and in fact that's actually what I've done with the prequel short novella coming out. A lot of that was taken from the stuff that I took out of book 2 in the series, but not all is lost, and now I have more stuff that I can give away for free, which is a win-win, because I want people to see my writing, I want people to get a taste of the Bloodline world, I want people to see that, and if they can do that risk-free, then that's brilliant, isn't it? So we are working on the Guard Trials. Still a placeholder name because I don't think that's going to be the final name. So that one is like high fantasy, dark magic, forbidden romance. Loving that series. I have written book 1 and book 2. I wrote those during Nano, and they need a lot of work. They need a lot of subplot working. So that's what I'm just doing now, sort of working on a replot for book 1. And then I also have to make a very important decision that I'm hoping you can help me out with. So at the moment, the Guard Trials is written first person, which I've never written in before, and I am really loving that POV. But I changed it into the present tense, and whilst I really like it when I read it, I tend to write naturally past tense, and I just don't know if it works, and I'm unsure, should I be writing in present tense or past tense? So as I've said, it's young adult, it's first person, and it's fantasy. What kind of tense would you expect? What's your favourite tense, if you have one? Do you have a preference? Also let me know your person preference as well. I prefer writing in third person, it comes more naturally, but I read a lot of books that are first person. I think that is a bit genre dependent, but I'd love to know your thoughts down below. I will just quickly walk you through my board so you can sort of see. So this is what I'll use to plan my quarters with. So it's quite bare, because this is literally just focusing on my main writing projects. So let's go and have a look. Oh, I feel a bit like a weather girl. Ta-da! So on this side are projects that I've already completed. This side is things that I would like to do if I get the time to add them into my newsletter, so I am just keeping them over here, and I've taken away everything else that didn't need to be on my board. So this is April. I am finishing off my proofreads for the original series, and obviously all of the formatting and re-uploading, that'll take a while, and getting the proofs done. Then I am starting on the replanning for the Guard Trials, and also hoping to rewrite the vast majority of the first book in April. Carrying on in May, we're going to look at the replanning of the Guard Trials 2, and then in June we're moving over to rewriting book number 2. So I think that'll spread between June and July, and then but during that time in June I'll also send book 1 off to my alpha readers to see what they think. Don't know where I got up to, had to sort out my phone because it ran out of space. Okay, let's carry on. So done April, we've done May, we've done June. So while I am working on the rewrite for book 2, book 1 will go off to my alpha readers, and then in July I'll do like a second round of edits for book 1 after it's come back from the alpha readers, and then I'll send book 2 to my alpha readers while I'm doing that. August, I am hoping it'll be ready for me to send off book one this is to send off for some meteor edits, so like things like developmental edits and things like that. And while that's happening, I'll be doing another round of edits on book 2, and I'll also be planning book 3. This is where I'm hoping to get a book written before Nano. It may not happen, book 3 may have to be Nano, but if this plan works out, then I could be planning book 3 in August, which means I'll be writing it in September and October, planning book 4 in October, and then writing book 4 in November, so one book in November rather than spreading it across a couple of months. Oh yeah, so in September, when I am starting to draft book 3, I'll also be hoping to send book 2 off for developmental edits after I've done that other round that I was just talking about. Obviously October, just there planning book 4 and writing book 3, and November is just writing book 4. And then in December, what I've done is I'm going back to books 1 and book 2 to sort of start actioning the edits from developmental pass-throughs. Now, I've put 2 books in 1 month. Depending on the sort of edits I get back, that may have to change. And again, with a lot of these, it depends on the edits that come back. Also, it does depend on my alpha readers as well being quite punctual. And I have other projects on as well. So in this month, I've also got a couple of beta reads that I'm doing for other people. I've also got all my newsletter stuff that I'm doing, all my videos, all my social media, keeping up with the promo for the Bloodline series. So it's not just, oh, some months you've only got like 2 things, but they're big things like write a book. So that is the plan for this year. Ta-da! Let me know what you think down below. I'd love to hear your thoughts on my yearly plan. It does change a little bit, my goals journal, but not too much because of the way I worded things before. So I'll probably update that and add it up to onto my blog on my website if you are interested. Okay, that's all from me, guys. Bye.